Hey guys, it's Limey Rides. How are we all doing? Hope you're well and I hope you're riding. Okay, so a little something different today. I'm gonna go over, is the Lowrider ST worth all the hype and hoopla that bike gets? It has a legion of fans, very positive reviews. So let's get into what I think, my opinion. I ride this thing every single day. Winter, summer, fall, spring, basically all year round. I beat this bike up a lot. It gets hammered, this thing, and it keeps on going. That M8 motor is fantastic. Now, little backstory. I've been riding motorcycles 31, 32, 33 years, something around that ballpark. I figured it out the other day, but I forgot. That's just my brain. Yeah. So I've been riding a long time, and I ride it every single day. I started riding in the UK, where I used to live, and I basically grew up on sports bikes, R1s, CBRs, the Super Nakeds, then moved on to GS's, naked, Triumph bikes like the Triumph Bonneville T120s, and then Harleys. So I've ridden a plethora of motorcycles, and not forgetting the Ducatis, because I love my Ducatis. But I've ridden a plethora of motorcycles, so I think I have enough experience and wisdom and age, even though I still ride like I'm a 20-year-old, and I'm now, 51 this year, and I still have it in my head that I'm a 21-year-old rider, and I ride the crap out of things. So this is a very basic, honest review of what I think the Lowrider ST is, who it's for, my experience on the bike, and how it's held up after 15,000 miles of going through absolutely everything it can go through. So let's go outside. It's a bit bright, so I'm going to be squinting like crazy. Okay, so there's the ST. I'm going to flip the camera around and let's have a little chat. All right, so there's my Lowrider ST 2023, 15,000 miles. This bike is a fantastic bike, I must admit. I was a bit dubious at first of whether it can handle what I do riding wise, but it's been amazing. Now I've had a couple of hiccups here and there. My O2 sensors shit the bed, only after 15,000 miles. Don't know why, but they've just been replaced and the bike's back to its former glory. But other things, the front brake discs, all the 3-hole oil change, brake pads, just run-of-the-mill motorcycle shit. I have added some bits and bobs. So I added the Saddlemen step-up seat, which transformed the bike. The 2-in-1, I have the 2-in-1 blockhead, mid-length. And then we have the Moons floorboards. These are fantastic. They're really, really good. They actually kick you up a little bit higher. But they've got 3 different positions, so you can move them back or forwards. Okay, obviously did the Scream Eagle heavy breather, and then just added some cosmetics like the purple wings to go in my Clockwork shield. Obviously, the thrashing bag, as you got to do. And the big upgrade was the Shark Demon 2 headlight, which is fantastic. That thing throws out so much freaking power. Also did the handguards, which were donated from a buddy of mine. Thank you, buddy. You know who you are if you're watching. So, it's a great bike. Who is it for? Okay, so I'm going to go back in the shed because the lighting's a bit shit out here. So, that bike, I would say, is obviously you young guys, you want a sporty Harley. Now I know people go, oh, this is slow, there's no man's bike. On any good twisties, with you on a sports bike or a Super Naked, I'll challenge you and I'll be right up your tailpipe. It's obviously the rider. I do wring the bike's neck, and sometimes the handling gets a bit squirrely. That is one thing I would do, is change the suspension. The rear and the front fork springs, they just get overwhelmed a little bit, in my opinion. For touring, fantastic. I've been 2 up on the whole of the Blue Ridge Parkway and back in a week. Was over 1,000 miles in a week. Daily commuting, it's fantastic. It's lightweight. The bike handles so well. You know, you can lane split where you are. You can lane split with ease. The weight's a big thing, especially if you're older and you've been on like road glides, street glides, you know, the big touring chassis bikes. Noticing a lot of older guys are tending to lean towards the Lowrider ST, and there's a good reason why. You can tour like crazy on this thing. Super comfy, super easy. It's got gobs of power. And it's lightweight. It's a lot more manageable, you know. What's the Road Glides coming in at? 830 plus pounds, I think. Whereas Lowrider ST, I think, was 750 or 760. So, you know, it's a good weight saving there, especially on old bones, knees, hips, back, neck, the whole 9 yards. Like me, I'm battered. I'm very battered. 30 plus years of riding every single day will do that to you. But yeah, so it's a good alternative to the big road glides, street glides, you know, the big baggers. But it's still capable of doing absolutely everything that does. And I'd actually say a little bit more. I think it's more sporty. If you set that bike right up, say you're a numbers guy and you want the numbers to be fantastic, you can do that on the ST, and it's lighter weight, so you're getting more power to weight ratio. Plus the thing handles insane. But if you want to lay back, cruise, just tour, take it easy, you know, pack it up with the saddlebags, put a sissy bar bag on the back, you can go for 2 weeks easy. You could do cross-country trip, no problem. Like I say, reliability has been fantastic other than the O2 sensors. And the only other issue I did have was premature cam chain wear, which was a bit odd. And I'm still having some issues with the cam chain. So that will be getting replaced and upgraded. Looking at like an SNS 475 cam and cam plate kit, or might go fueling. So there's so many options, but it's time to upgrade the bike a little bit more, add some extra things that I want to put onto it. So yeah, my opinion on the ST, if you're interested and you're not too sure about it, take it for a test ride. Seriously, go for a test ride, try that bike out, give it some, you know, on the throttle. You won't be disappointed. This thing can be a shit off the shovel. Depends on how you ride. You know, if you want to give it the beans, she's going to take off. If you just want to meander, take in the scenery, just chill, it'll do that more than enough. Okay, so yeah, that's my bike. 15,000 miles, ultra reliable, bar the O2 sensors, but you know, I did change my exhaust out. I don't know whether it's to do with that. It does have the tuner. It doesn't have the best tuner in the world. It has a Screaming Eagle tuner. So it's very, very basic. So really that's just down to me and being a bit of a penny pincher. So try it out. Go to your local Harley-Davidson dealer. Try out a used one. Try out a new one. I know the new ones have the high output motor in there, which I'm kind of very interested in taking one for a test ride, and I love the fact that they now brought the chrome, so you know, you don't have to go with the black everything. But yeah, take it out for a ride, see what you think. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised, and I think you big bagger guys, I think also you wouldn't be disappointed at all. You know, there's always that stigma of, oh, I've got the bigger bike. Yes, but there's alternatives that you can ride that would be just as much fun as like a performance bagger, and that is the ST. I am 100% an ST fan. I was looking at another bike, which was the Road King Special, which I know, you know, they're now not making anymore, but I love that thing. But it's every time I think about it and I work the numbers out and I'm like, I keep going back to the ST. I don't want to let the ST go. Would I upgrade to a 25, 26 ST? Yes, because it's got the high output motor. But yeah, so I don't know if that helps you at all. Oh, and it's really good on gas, by the way. Even when you're caning it, it's actually pretty good on gas. I'm getting roughly 200 to 220. If I'm cruising, taking it easy, I can push 230 something on the fuel tank. So it's actually pretty good tank-wise as well. But let me know your thoughts. You got any questions, hit me up down below. As always, go out, ride, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.